Hey, Hero fans, this is Todd. So I get this question all the time. It's like, can you sell us the STL file? And I hear this over and over and over again. So there's a couple reasons why I don't sell STL files. Now, sometimes I do give them away free. Like when I made this guy's head, I gave it a free away right away. So those who wanted to make this head themselves could do it. And there'll be other times too where I fix certain things and I'll go ahead and give the files out for one reason or another. But just a little while ago, I made a video showing this cool new Hordak throne that I spent 2 weeks designing and getting it just perfect. And someone's like, "Hey, can you sell the STL file?" It's like, no, no, no. And here's why. First of all, I print these in multiple different resolutions, and this one's like super high resolution. It's amazing. It's done on a bamboo printer, and it came out just perfect. And it is really cool. But would you go to like Mondo and say, "Hey, would you sell me the STL file? I don't want to buy your figure. I just want the file so I can print it myself." That's why I got a 3D printer, so I can print my own stuff. And that's what they always say. "Hey, Dwight." And so it just drives me crazy. Now there has been people in other countries that have asked me nicely, and I'm first like, I don't know. And then I'll say, "Okay, let's you only print one," and on and on and on. And I have weakened and given out an STL file in the past for someone who was overseas and the shipping was just way too high. And I did end up just giving it to them and not actually charging them for it. But still, the idea of somebody, and here's what really drives this drives me crazy, is I went on eBay and I did a search for Hordak Throne, and my friend, the one who designed this, you'll find them all over for sale. And I was like, I know he didn't give all these people licenses to produce this. They just went and bought the one file from um um Colts, and they took the file they bought and started printing them and selling them. Like, that is wrong, wrong, wrong. I mean, if I was gonna sell my friend's piece, I would first contact him and say, for everyone I sell, I'll pay you the amount that it costed Colts. Now, I have gone to people before, even my own kids, and said, if you want it, go buy it on Colts, and everyone you want, then you don't have to pay them the price or whatever. So it's the same way. I mean, I don't own the rights to this. Is why I couldn't use this one. I had to make my own just to print that one for that guy. And I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it right. And that's why I made that really awesome one. It took me 2 weeks to design. But I'm not going to just hand out the STL file. Hey, Dwight. And so, again, I don't mind you, checking out my stuff, finding it cool and everything else. And like I said, sometimes I will give out STL files. You'll see it'll say free STL file in the description or on the thumbnail sometimes. And like this one here, it wasn't very specific. It was just kind of a generic head. So this did not take me that long to produce. So it wasn't that big of a deal. I think I spent a couple hours making it. Bada bing, bada boom, done. But this one, I did so much references. I went through so many She-Ra cartoons and checked them all out and screenshots and cleaned up the pictures from the cartoons and tried to find every time I showed a throne, I would stop and I would pause the video and go frame by frame by frame by frame to find just the right angle and picture. And so yes, I spent way too much time making that just to say, here you go. So if you're irritated that I'm not giving the STLs out for free, I'm sorry, but I have before, but or even selling them, because once you sell them, it's out there. Now the person may promise, I won't give it out, I won't give it out, I won't give it out. 10 years goes down the line, or 2 years goes down the line. They forget where they got the file from, and next thing you know, it's on some file share server that their friends are all downloading with all the other He-Man stuff they got all at the same time. So that's why I'm really protective of my STL files. And there's one guy, it's kind of cool. He's making me a new flag for Fort Kernam, and in exchange, I'm going to give him some STL files so he can print his own stuff. But being he has his own company and he understands completely about, he designed the flag, he's designed other things too, that he knows not to make a whole bunch of prints and start selling them from the ones I do, just like I know not to take his stuff and make all kinds of copies and start selling them. Anyway, let's check out your guys' questions. I'm sure you have some, besides just me ranting about why I don't sell STLs. I see there's 5 people online, and I'm checking there we go. Dwight's talking about his Battle Cat again. Yes, the movie Castle Grayskull. I actually have one on order as well, so to show up on the 6th. We'll see if it does or not. The whole entire playset. But any questions about 3D printing, STL stuff? Today I had some questions. Someone was asking me about how to paint PLA. That was kind of a fun one that I fielded. So let's take a look here. You're 100% right about yes. Oh, it just drives me crazy. And you see it out there all the time. They'll go and they'll buy just one copy of the file. They'll spend their $3 or $5 or whatever the person has it for Colts. And next thing you know, it's on Etsy, it's on eBay, it's on Facebook Marketplace. And it's like, hey, let's see. Do you think I could earn some money from selling? Um, yes. Yes, definitely. In fact, this sounds funny. I actually make more money selling my prints than, or not selling the STL, but selling the prints than I do on my YouTube channel. So the prints actually pay for all my stuff way more than making the videos, which I know sounds funny. We'll go, hey, you go viral, you make all this money. You don't really make that much on YouTube, and unless you do really hit it, and I have not got to that point yet. Let's see. And you don't have to sell them for $4 a person. That did you give them away, I think, twice when the STL is 20 plus. Yes, and I did make one STL really expensive. Just I don't know, just because. But it's funny, I did give it away free on my website, an STL, and it was the fire sword for the Balrog NECA figure. And even though I have the STL for free, people still buy it from me because they want me to paint it and everything else because they've seen how I paint it on different videos. And it's like, hey, if you ask them the printer, just have them print it. Here's a video on how to paint it. But it's just kind of funny. Did you see my first comment? Eric, your first comment didn't come up. It was probably blocked for some reason. Oh, happy 4th. Yes, happy 4th, Eric. I did see it. All right. So, I know it is frustrating. Here's what's funny. When I first got my 3D printer, I had this really strong mindset that I was not going to print anything else anybody made. I was only going to print my own stuff. But then my wife asked for a hummingbird one time. And I'm like, do I really want to spend the next 3 weeks designing a hummingbird? So I broke down and bought the hummingbird for like $5 or $6 or whatever and printed it out. And then it broke. It's like, no. And now, yes, I do printable stuff. Yeah, that's a good point. People that would buy prints from you most likely don't have printers. Yes, that is a good point. But it is kind of funny. Sometimes people don't want to bother printing it or painting it afterwards. And like I've showed before, the prints I do take a long time to print because I usually use a high resolution. So these are printed at 01. I use a very small thing on it, and this one is printed at 02. And so you can see it's a little rougher. But again, when I do these things, it drives me crazy. If you look online, oh, let me show you. If you look online, and I was looking at this guy's picture here. Load. He's selling this for $27, and it's my friend's thing. And you can see the print job on this is just horrible. Look at that. Click at that. And it's like, and my son's actually bought some 3D prints from Etsy, and he was saying that it's just made just really thin walled, and you could tell they just print them off super fast. And sometimes they're just icky. Let's take a look at this one here. This is another one I've seen. I don't know if the guy who prints it also. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at it. That is a disaster. And one time somebody contacted me and said, how do I fix my print? This is what the guy sent me. I'm like, dude, I would ask for my money back. That is just horrendous. Horrendous. And they had it on fast speed, low quality, just to get it done. And then they're asking you for, let's see how much money this thing is. They're asking you for $28 a piece. Now, granted, my prices are a lot higher. They are. But then again, when you get my stuff, it's going to be stuff that's going to look cool. It's going to be relatively smooth. It's going to have some rough stuff. If there's supports, where the supports are, it's always rough. You just can't get away from that. But it just drives me crazy. Let's see. That's somebody that sells prints without actually knowing how to print stuff. Yes, or they know how to print stuff and they're just have it on high speed just to get it done. Because I I want things to be a certain way for myself, and if I want them for me a certain way, then I definitely want it to be somebody else. Here's what I do. My wife cracks up about this. Is when I'm packing a box, right? I know this is going to go to somebody. I wrap it in bubble wrap. If it's painted, I first do wax paper, then bubble wrap, and then I do paper afterwards. And I imagine the person opening the box because I know when I get a box, when I get something and somebody sends me something, I'm like, oh, and I get all excited like it's Christmas and I open it up. And I know the person on the other end, they're doing the same thing. And if they open it up and it's just, not packed nice and it looks horrible and they're just going to have this remorse and disappointment when they open it up like, oh, no, my favorite thing, this is my favorite thing is when I send something to somebody and they send me back saying it fit perfect. It worked great. That was awesome. And and as you guys know, I pride myself on how things fit together and how they mesh with other real objects. So like, check this out. Okay. Let me just grab the collector. Bum, 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 bum. Now, when you first got this collector, my first thing was to make this stand. This really cool stand that I made different versions of it. And then it got to the inside. And I noticed this wasn't the right length, so I had to fix and make a new one. And then this, he needed something. So I made this thing right here at the glow in the dark screen. But it's so cool that it just fits in so perfectly that it goes over the original. I can get it out of there. It's too tight. I can't get it out. Anyway, it's just, hey, man at arms. It just fits perfectly in there. And I just love when things fit together. And then like this back here, it just pops right into place, right inside the thing made for his staff. And I just love when people send me the stuff saying, I got it. It just fit just right. And that to me is like the biggest compliment because I spent a lot of time measuring, figuring things out, scanning in different parts, finding out how they all fit and work together. And, as you guys see with my helmets I've made, lots of helmets that fit on cats' heads. And I check the size before I mail them out. Even, oh, I know you guys have all seen this many times, but even this piece here, I mean, it's just so cool that it just literally fits in and just clicks right in and just meshes. And again, I pride myself on that. In fact, I can't wait to start working on this side. And this side, my plan is to have it hooked to the slime pit. Like I mentioned to you earlier, I already pulled off the throwing piece on here. I mean, this is so sad, Mattel. I mean, it's funny. I just realized they made it the same shape. They made that weird same shape. And I mean, look at the difference. It just drives me crazy. I mean, look at that. I mean, I can't believe they sold that like that. It is funny, though. I did notice, though, they did make this more detailed, like I was talking about, instead of just being a cartoon looking piece. So that's cool. I'm glad they did that. But it's so small. Yes. And this fits down here just like that. So you can just put that right there. It fits underneath the roof a little bit. So you can put it on the back side. So cool. All right. Anyway, I know I'm going on and on and on and on and on. Let's see. Is that Dwight talking about? Nope. On Classics Battle Cat Helmet Masterverse. That's why I'm sad most about you not selling STLs. Sorry, man. Yes. Someday I'll make some more Battle Cat helmets. Oh, this guy's pieces are so sharp. When I made them, it's got hurt on the hairs on his chin. But this one, I have this STL. If you want to download it, go find the video, and it's a free download, so you can have this cool head. But I don't know why they made his hand this way. They made his hand so it's so small on the bottom. He can't hold his magical green club. See, his pinky doesn't go around it, so it just falls out all the time. There we go. Anyway, that is it. I know it's like these here. I should give these STLs out because I'm not going to make any more of these. You know what? You know what, Haga? Just for you, man. I have 3 of these STL files, and they are fun and they are cool. I have one where he's just both arms this way, one with one arm up, one arm down, and one that's a mirror image of that, the other arm up and the other arm down. I'll put these on. I'll make a video, and I will stick the STL files on there for you, man, so you can have these to print, but not the throne. But I'm not going to make these. These are so hard to get the supports off. I remember trying to peel the supports off these. That's why I'm not going to make anymore, because when I made them right here, you can see right in the chest area was just the biggest pain trying to get the supports out of that hole right there. And I remember afraid these pieces were going to snap and break. And right here, trying to get some supports off there. Anyway, but yeah, what the heck? I'll make a video someday of these again, and I'll stick the STLs on there. But I have to end this stream because my power is flickering, and if it flickers too much, my print will stop, and it's making that big round piece that goes underneath this. I don't want it to mess up. It's a 20-hour print. So I will see you guys next time. Thanks, man. Yep. So probably in the next few days, I'll have a video about those glow-in-the-dark guys, and which I made lots of them already, but then I'll include the STLs. Oh, check out what my son got me for Father's Day. Oh, I've seen him so many times in the store, almost picked him up myself, and I did. And so I'll have a video about this someday too, going through, and I got so many videos to make. I still got my Micronauts that are unopened. I still got my my Robin somewhere. I don't even know where I put him now. Even got this cool Wonder Woman. She's so small, though. I thought she'd be bigger. But anyway, I didn't know where my Robin went. Anyway, I got lots of videos to make in no time, so you know how it is. You know what? My biggest print ever. Oh, bah, 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 bah. Bah, bah. I made it out of white glow in the dark, and the print broke. And it didn't break. What happened? Oh, yeah. No. Anyway, I had to fix it. You can see right here where I had to make a hot glue gun stick out of the glowing material and put it back together. I think it didn't print, and then I had to print the rest of it afterwards. But yeah, I kind of wish I made it in green instead of white, because white doesn't glow as bright. But anyway, all right. Final chance for comments. Let's see. He-Man and a Battle Cat. Look, see. Okay, I'll have to check that out. My wife got him for me. Love Manny Face is nice. Yes, that one is cool. All right. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys next video. And happy 4th of July. You can probably hear the fireworks going off in the background here. People are celebrating everywhere, because today, if you're not from the United States, you may not know this, but today is the 250th birthday of our country. And I remember as a kid celebrating the 200th bicentennial, and that was pretty cool. And it's funny, my sister asked me, she goes, "Remember that?" I said, "Of course I remember that. The bicentennial, the spirit of 76. But, yep. So happy 4th of July. I told my wife, what movie should she watch today? Should she watch Born on the 4th of July with Tom Cruise, or Independence Day with Will Smith? So, and she goes, neither. Like, neither. So, all right. Thanks for joining me again. Final chance for comments. Happy 4th. Happy 4th. Just started watching. Well, hey, welcome, Christopher. Feel free to go back. Let's see. Hi, bro. I've been watching your vids for a while. I'm new to the moto community, but been collecting for a while. Well, welcome. Thanks for joining us. All right. Happy Independence Day to my fellow Americans. Yes. Good journey, you guys. Bye now.